4 years ago, I disappeared from the internet for 2 months. Back then, I told people I needed space for growth. But what really happened was I had to spend 45 days in jail. At that time, I was in a cycle, one I think everyone falls into: build yourself up, be who you need to be, and burn it all to the ground. I wasn't just dealing with unprocessed trauma from my childhood, I was also trying to constantly prove worth through how I was training, how I was performing, how I was shoving up in my body, how I was showing up in the community. And when I got that DUI and I was sentenced, it felt like my entire identity shattered. But what I didn't know was that jail would end up giving me exactly what I needed most: time, silence, stillness, no distractions, no phone, no testosterone, no contact to the outside world by any means, and absolutely no way of running away from myself. Of course, in the South, they put you into a mental health ward and you're isolated. You get no yard time, you get no mail, you get nothing from the outside world. You don't get testosterone, not in the South. No. You gonna bleed. Just me and a concrete room. At first, I spiraled. But then something unexpected happened. My body started to talk to me, not through pain, but through sensations, through stillness, and without knowing it, I began to do the very first version of what would become later Move with Meaning. I mapped my nervous system without words. I sat with my breath, not to control it, but to feel it. I practiced small movements, gentle ground stretches, just random ground patterns rolling around on the ground, feeling through my body. I noticed how my joints moved when I was calm versus when they moved when I was anxious. I began to rebuild trust, not just in myself, but in my body. Before that moment, I believed, like all of us do, that we had to push trauma out of the body. That means lifting heavier, training harder, grinding more was the way to fix pain. But that belief was breaking me. I was a certified personal trainer. I was a bodybuilder. I was an athlete, but my joints were hurting so bad. My breath was shallow and my ribs were flared. My mind was never at ease. And in that stillness, I realized pain isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's structural, it's in your body adapting to the environment and trying to keep you safe. So if your nervous system doesn't feel safe, it won't let go. It won't let go of tension. It won't let go of fear. It definitely won't let go of that pain. Healing doesn't come from force. It comes from permission. When I got out of jail, everything changed. I didn't want to just train people anymore. I wanted to help people reconnect to themselves, their bodies, their breaths, and their authentic way of moving through this world. So what happened? I studied Chinese medicine, I studied mobility, I studied biomechanics, I studied functional range training, I studied fascia, quantum mechanics, central nervous system work, somatic work, rope flow, mace flow, sword flow, all the flows. And I started working with people not as clients, but as humans. Beginning to work with trans folks going through transition, athletes stuck in pain, people with Parkinson's disease, chronic fatigue, or folks just cut off from their bodies after years of trauma. And every time the work started in the same place: safety, stillness, breath, and the root. That's where Move with Meaning came from. That's why I teach the way I do, because moving your body without nervous system connection is just performance. But when you slow down and listen and feel, that's when real strength starts. I never thought that 45 days away from everything, no gym, no clients, no noise, would become the foundation for what I teach now. But when you strip away everything, you start to hear what your body has been trying to say. That's where Move with Meaning was born. Not in a studio, not in a certification course, but in solitude, in breath, and in stillness. And I share this now not because I have all the answers, but because I know what it's like to feel disconnected from your own body. I know what it's like to chase performance and aesthetics and still feel like something's missing. If you're still watching this, maybe you felt that too. Maybe you're not looking for another program. Maybe you're looking for permission to slow down, to feel more, and to rebuild strength from the inside out. That's what this space is for. I'll be sharing more here about the method, the science, the nervous system, and real practices you can use to reconnect. So if this landed with you, let me know. Drop a comment, send me a message, or come back for the next video. I'm glad you're here.